Full time, Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0, and Mikel has gone ahead to prove me wrong. That please, Rokani, when I bring on Merino, I have my reasons for obviously flaunting him to the starting 11 of Arsenal. And guess what? This guy has come up and obviously scored the only goal that has gone ahead obviously give Arsenal the 3 points. And they've obviously gonna hate to win this London derby once again. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokan David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun. It's a Sunday. It's the 16th of March and we are going to the international break. And I think Arsenal are the biggest beneficiaries out of this because they know to it that they've obviously gone ahead, obviously end this spell of the Premier League to go into the national break when they're really having a smile onto their faces as they prepare to play, I think, Fulham, Everton, and then a side known as Real Madrid into their coming 3 games. And this has been really very important into what Arteta has been planning. And by the way, if there is a boost that you ever want to get as a club of Arsenal, it's this one. It's this one, because if you don't win this game of football, you are 15 points behind Liverpool, you know, and Arsenal have gone ahead obviously win this game and they are back to winning ways. Who remember the last time they won in the Premier League? Because the last game they played in the Premier League, they drew with Manchester United 1-1. Then they had gone ahead to draw with Nottingham 0-0, and they had lost to West Ham by 1-0. That is how the side of Arsenal really looked when they're really doing everything in there. So it shows you that they've gone ahead, obviously pulled out their socks, and they've gone ahead to play the 29th game of the season in the Premier League, and they've gone ahead to find themselves in the position of really bagging those 3 points back home. Now, talking of Arsenal, I think they've gone ahead to obviously showcase something important, especially into that the first half. I think for the first 30 minutes or the first half an hour, I think Arsenal were the best sides. You remember that they went ahead to obviously attack the side of Chelsea left, right and center, and we saw to it that the defenders of Chelsea were really uncomfortable, especially Cucurella. You remember that chance, you know, that came in through, and Cucurella looked helpless, and Julian Timber skipped past him, put in a cutback cross, and close to 2-3 players of Arsenal went ahead, obviously hit that ball, deflecting off bodies, not until Declan Rice hit it over the bar, and very many more. And that goal came in through after recurring attacks from the club of Arsenal that obviously enabled the side of Arsenal to obviously register a very big result without that, and that was a corner. Odegaard went ahead, obviously go to the near post, and Mikel Merino brushed that ball into the back of the net. And that is the beauty of Arsenal in set pieces. By the way, they had taken long without scoring a goal from a set piece, especially in the Premier League. And when do you remember the last time Arsenal scored a goal from a set piece in the Premier League? They had really taken long to obviously score a goal from a set piece. But today, they finally found themselves into that better position of really doing the needful. And that set piece was really very important. And for Mikel Merino, brushing that ball into the back of the net obviously has taken him to another level of really doing things in as far as scoring for Arsenal is really concerned. He now has 5 Premier League goals, that is it, and 1 assist. That is Mikel Merino for you. So it's not the best of the best performances for the club of Arsenal in as far as scoring goals are really concerned, but when you look at the situation where Arsenal is, you obviously feel for them and really understand that, all right, that is really something good, because for Arsenal, they were not even scoring in set pieces, and the moment they do score in set pieces, it means a lot for the club of Arsenal and everyone who supports it, because it really comes in at the juncture when these are the moments that Arsenal has to really revive to see to either obviously overcome their opponents. Because when you look at the attacking force of Arsenal without a prolific number 9 or a person who leads the line, I tell you, you need to obviously find yourself in a position of really killing off games in such moments, because if you remember, there was a time when Arsenal found themselves in a position of really having a ball, and guess what Martinelli was doing? Martinelli was running down, was dialing down towards the touchline to see to it that he really protects that ball and intentionally hits it onto the player of Chelsea to ricochet off him and cross what we call the byline to see that Arsenal really gets corners. And I think their plan was like, let's obviously go ahead and obviously score from corners or set pieces, and that was their main aim, and obviously it paid off because it's the set piece that provides Arsenal that one most important goal that saw them really knock out or really beat the side of Chelsea into the mix. So Mikel Merino is really giving them a lot, and I tell you what, he is really doing what the manager tells him. And by the way, they are increasing their source of goals because when they played against Man United, it was Declan Rice. When they played against PSV in the midweek, I think it was Zinchenko, and who else? Was it Tierney? Was it Rice? One of those went. I think it was Declan Rice that went ahead to score that second goal. So it shows you that they're really increasing goals from different options, and this is a very good preparation for the return of Bukayo Saka, because towards the end of the game I saw Bukayo Saka and Kai Havertz standing in the tunnel, standing on the road that leads, or the path that leads to the tunnel of Arsenal in there. And I was like, all right, Saka is like, all right, thank you boys, well done. We will see the needful into the next beat of performances. So big win for the club of Arsenal, for Mikel Arteta. It really gives you a breather as they get into this side, and obviously they are really very, 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 very happy because he knows to it that for the international break, he's now obviously gonna have some breathing space, because Arsenal fans have been all over him that why didn't you sign a centre forward? And now they're obviously gonna be focusing all their attention to a player called Bukayo Saka, who is anticipated to return after the international break. So you're going to see videos coming from the fans of Arsenal. Saka, he's like a new signing for the club of Arsenal, you understand? And if Saka comes up and really clicks up with others very well, in the remaining 9 games, you might see lots of things. Pressure will mount. Pressure will mount on Liverpool. And I tell you, if Arsenal win like 3 consecutive games in the Premier League, it might really force Liverpool to either obviously drop points. But the beauty of Liverpool is that they're left in 2 competitions. One, they're ending it today in the Carabao Cup finale, and the other is the Premier League. And it was Mikel Merino in the 20th minute that went ahead obviously scored that beautiful goal. Martin Odegaard yet with another assist into this season of the Premier League. And for Martin Odegaard, he hasn't obviously gone ahead to have a very good season like he's supposed to be having, because in the Premier League he only has 2 goals and 4 assists. It's really very bad for him compared to last season. He had 10 assists and 8 goals, you understand? In the Champions League, 3 goals and 1 assist. So it's not the best of the season of Martin Odegaard, and he has to obviously be up there, because when he's up there he makes all other players really look good. That's the beauty of a Martin Odegaard into the mix. So we wait and see how that pans out, but let's obviously get into what we call the match stats of this beautiful game. Let's get into the match stats of this beautiful game. "12 shots by Arsenal, Chelsea had 8. 4 shots on target by Arsenal, Chelsea had 2. 41% ball possession by Arsenal, 59% ball possession for the club of Chelsea. 346 passes completed by the side of Arsenal, 508 passes completed by the side of Chelsea. 84% passing accuracy by Arsenal, 86% passing accuracy by Chelsea. 10 fouls by Arsenal, 13 fouls by Chelsea. 3 yellow cards to the side of Arsenal and 3 yellow cards to the side of Chelsea. No red cards were issued to either sides. 2 offsides to Arsenal and 1 to the side of Chelsea. 5 corners to the side of Arsenal and 4 corners for the side of Chelsea. And that leads us to what we call the table, or the Premier League table in there. And the table is as follows. Liverpool, 29 points. 29 games. And they're having 70 points. Arsenal, 29 games played, 58 points. That means Liverpool is now 12 points behind Arsenal, right? And those are 4 games, you know. That means for Liverpool, in the remaining 9 games, they need, is it 4 wins? 5, right? I think they need 5 wins. 5 wins to win the trophy. 5 or 6 wins to obviously win the trophy. That's what they need. 5 wins, you know, to win the trophy. So Nottingham, third, 29 games played, 54 points. Chelsea, 29 games played, and they've been beaten by the club of Arsenal. And they've been so fortunate that the side of Chelsea, side of Man City, drew with Brighton yesterday, I think by 2-2. But that leaves them to a space where Newcastle can easily go past them if at all they win their game they have in hand, because they've gonna have to play 28 games. And that means Newcastle is going to be playing Manchester United, you know, and it's really going to be a very heated up battle in there for the club of Manchester, for the club of Newcastle. So that's how everything is really panning out. But I've told you that Arsenal's next 2 fixtures, right? Arsenal's next 3 fixtures are having Everton and Fulham, right? Everton, Fulham, Brentford. Now, when we go to Liverpool's next 3 fixtures, Liverpool is having Everton. That is a Merseyside derby at the Anfield Stadium. They also play Fulham, and they also play West Ham. So these next 3 fixtures are really going to be pivotal when we really come from the international break. Why are they going to be really pivotal? Because if Liverpool drops 1 game and Arsenal wins, pressure will immense, you know, will really be so much on the side of Liverpool, because one loss or draw away and Arsenal win, it takes Arsenal back into the title challenge. And why I'm saying all this, because Arsenal is obviously going to be welcoming back a player known as Bukayo Saka, and Bukayo might obviously turn around the season for the club of Arsenal. That is it. So guys, thank you very much for watching through, and let me talk about Chelsea a little bit. Chelsea, they had gotten back to winning ways by beating Leicester City by 1-0. Free kick scored by Marc Cucurella, but they are back to a big punch that has taken them to a slumber, and I don't know how they obviously get back from this punch given to them by Arsenal, but we wait and see how they'll obviously try to fight back, because I know Enzo Maresca is having a lot of pressure, still 4th, but he hasn't gone ahead to obviously secure what we call Champions League football. And when you look at his next fixtures, he'll have to play after the international break. Chelsea will have to take on Brentford away. They'll have to host Ipswich, and then they'll have to play away at when they return from the international break, they first host Tottenham Hotspur. Big game, because Spurs would have gone to welcome all its best players back. Then Chelsea will play away at Brentford, and then host Ipswich. Those games are really very important, and Man City will be there trying to see to it that all goes their way. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David is my name. Big win for the club of Arsenal. I don't know what your thoughts are about that win, but I'm waiting for your comments into the comment section below. I sign out for now. See you later. Rokani David remains my name, and we are heading into the game of Liverpool and Newcastle. Bye bye.